food deserts, food insecurities.
Language barrier, education barrier.
Foster youth, our kids experiencing homelessness, those involved in juvenile justice.
COVID was a wake-up call.
Partnership for Success rang the bell. We can no longer work in silos, but we have to find a way to work together.
One organization's success is all of our successes, so it's completely shifted the mindset.
It's this idea that we're better together.
Everyone's priorities were, how do we serve our kids? How do we help our community?
Let's serve these kids.
There was someone in the room, and she said, Sean, I would have never thought that I would have seen this many providers show up every session. Something has changed. And I said, all we did was put you in a room together and unlocked what was already there.
I would define collective impact as a group of people. It could be a neighborhood, school, it could be whatever. Being able to create space to come together, to be thoughtful and intentional about the services they're providing.
Partnership for Success was the backbone agency. They were the one that made sure that all of our initiatives aligned with our partners and that we were really truly transforming the lives of our students in that space.
This idea that there's this neutral body kind of serving as the central connecting point.
You can go into any other collective impact meeting. Hi, I'm so-and-so. Hi, I'm so-and-so. Hi, we do this. Hi, we do this. There's your hour and you're in and out. Versus when you have P4S facilitating a collective impact endeavor, there is a really clear purpose and mission.
In bringing together all these funded agencies, children's services, school districts, service providers in ways to break down what are obvious barriers.
Partnership was out front on the early warning indicators and dropout prevention, leading the charge in how we address justice.
Whether it's as a thought partner, whether it's through direct PD development and training.
Sometimes during the meetings, I'm sending out materials that are not only good, but I know a social worker dealt with this issue yesterday and I didn't know what to tell them.
I credit Partnership for Success for introducing social emotional learning to us. And now everywhere you look in Big Brothers Big Sisters service delivery model, there is social emotional learning.
Social emotional learning is on equal par to academic outcomes.
A student who is struggling in math also has to have optimistic thinking and goal-directed behavior and all of those elements that are social emotional learning.
So it's an I am poem. The kids say who they are, they say who they're related to, what they need, who they love. So it's a pretty fun lesson plan.
We have an activity in Power Words that all the people will ask something that maybe someone said about you and write that down. And then we'll have everyone cross it out. And this is with students and staff that we do this across the board. Cross that out and write one positive thing to yourself, one affirming thing to yourself. And then we'll have them shift and pass it around the room. And it doesn't matter if it's new people, people who've been together for a long time. You would not believe the empowerment from a sheet of paper or a sticky note where it's like, we need more sticky notes because I want to tell this person you are beautiful or you are kind or you're this, that, and the other. And when people get back to their seat, to see, or these young people get back to their seat, to see this thing that someone said about them with this one thing that was bad that's crossed out, with this multitude of encouragement on a sheet of paper, it is powerful.
You have to look at the whole child in order for them to be the best version of themselves.
Hi, my name is Kamaya, and I am going to be making 8 out of 10 shots. That's one.
I believe that P4S should be the centralized place for professional development in this field. It's the place that I've learned the most. It's the place that a lot of people who I've been connected to have learned the most.
I used to hate data. P4S showed me that data has purpose. I wasn't afraid of it anymore, and then I became sort of a data geek, and that came from practice that we did in P4S, when you would literally put data in front of us and say, what do you see? It actually restructured and changed the way that we did programming.
Organizations are invited to adapt and to modify their approaches based upon what they're learning about themselves, what they're learning about the children and families they serve, what they're learning about the community, and the willingness to adapt and modify and recognize when a pivot is necessary.
I'll never forget, it was our first day there, we talked about how things may get uncomfortable or the norm would be, we're going to talk about race.
hard conversations that really benefit our kids, that we really push each other to grapple with these hard questions.
We're not afraid to talk about race, class, socioeconomic status, immigrant and refugee status, gender identity, LGBTQI. We got to be able to talk about those things.
If we're not talking about race and equity and social justice, we're not really doing the work to support our young people and families.
So we can't ask people to engage in difficult, complex, challenging conversations in spaces where they don't feel safe.
It equipped me as a leader to facilitate those conversations in a way that I would not have known how to do. We weren't having those conversations in the way that P4S equips us to have them.
My confidence is through the roof, you know, and it's a result of being part of this professional learning community.
So we're offering this to you as a strategy for putting deposits in the trust bank.
I had a conversation with one of the funders. The conversation kind of went like this. For many years, we have funded our providers. Do we know that we're making a difference by funding these organizations? One of the reasons why the Partnership for Success is such a unique opportunity is that not only would it give this particular funder a sense for their return on their investment, but it would do the same thing for the broader community.
The vast majority of parents want better for their kids than they have for themselves.
Our biggest role is helping them build the dream that they have for their kids.